Welcome back, dear students. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Shiv. I will be your trainer today in this lesson. Many of my students say that this is a tension in their mind that they need to learn tenses and yet they are not able to understand tenses. Well, this is not the first time a teacher is introducing this topic, tenses, to their students on YouTube. Every teacher, every trainer has their own methodology to teach tenses or anything. So I have my own methodology to teach you grammar or any other thing in English. So here, I'm sure you will have a better clarity today, because don't take attention about tenses. This is an easy topic to understand. Just it's a matter of practice. You need to do written and verbal practices with tenses, and you will be definitely able to speak correctly with the correct tenses. So here we will be discussing all the tenses. There are 12 tenses in total, right? Mainly 3 tenses like present tense, past tense, and future tense. And each has their 4 parts: indefinite tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense. So we will be first talking about present simple tense. After each and every tense, there will be a small test to examine you. You need to examine yourself. There will be a test, 4 to 5 questions, fill in the blank type of test. You need to solve it and examine yourself, see how much you have understood. There we go, present simple tense. This is so easy. If you learn tenses, definitely you will be able to speak English basically correctly, because tense is like foundation of basic English. If you know tenses, all the tenses, and how to use them correctly, you will be able to make an impression while speaking in English. That is not all in grammar. There's a lot more to learn, but tense is like foundation. Number 1, present indefinite tense, or in other words, we call it present simple tense also. So this tense is used when you do any action that is repeated, or when you repeat an action. Like you go to office every day, you study every day, you eat food every day, you go to sleep every day. Any action that is repeated. Your hobbies, your habits, your daily routine, or anything which keeps taking place periodically, again and again. Let's say every day, every week, every month, every year. Like every day the sun rises in the east. So this is a natural phenomenon that takes place every day. So in short, present indefinite tense is used to talk about daily routine, when we talk about our habits, our hobbies, or any action that we repeatedly do. Let's have a look at the rules and the formulas that are used in present simple tense. So have a look. Now pause the video and understand the formula. Now you have some time to solve this fill in the blank test in present indefinite tense. Now pause the video to solve the test. Number 2, past indefinite tense or past simple tense. Now, let me tell you, past tense is the most used tense in English language. So you must learn it completely, understand it completely. So past indefinite tense is used when we talk about anything that happened in the past in some point of time. For instance, something that happened yesterday you're talking about, something that happened last week, last year, any action that happened in the past in some point of time. When you narrate any story, use past simple tense. When you narrate any past experience, use past simple tense. When you narrate any incident, any event, anything that took place in the past in some specific time. For instance, I went to gym yesterday. So we use second form of the verb. And let me tell you that this is the only tense where second form of the verb is used. Second form of the verb is not used anywhere else in English language, but here in this past simple tense. Now let's have a look at the formula that is used in past simple tense Now pause the video and understand the formula. Now take some time to write this test. This is a fill in the blank test for past indefinite tense. Now pause the video to solve the test. Now coming to third tense, which is future simple tense. Future indefinite or future simple tense, whatever you call it. So we use future indefinite tense to talk about anything that is planned for future, right? That will happen in the future. You talk about your future, use future tense. For instance, tomorrow I will go to the supermarket. Next year I will get married. Next month I will start a new business. So it's so easy. So whenever you talk about future, use future simple tense here. Any plan that you are making in your future, definitely you should use future simple tense. Now let's have a look at the rules and the formulas. Many people have this doubt, where to use will, where to use shall. We will be discussing that thing also. So let's have a look at the rules. Now pause the video and understand the formula. Now again, you have some time to do this fill in the blank test on future indefinite tense. Now pause the video to solve the test. Now let's discuss continuous tenses. And continuous tense means any action. When you talk about any action which is continuous, which is ongoing, which is progressive, like present continuous tense, whatever is happening right now, literally right now. The fan is running. I am speaking to you. The birds are chirping outside. The plane is flying in the sky. Whatever is happening right now around you. We use past continuous tense to talk about actions that were progressive, that were continuous, that were ongoing in the past. Like in the morning at 8 o'clock today, I was jogging. We were playing, right? Children were studying. So in past, when you talk about progressive or continuous actions in the past, use past continuous tense. Similarly, when we talk about continuous actions in the future, we use future continuous tense. Any action that is progressive in future, like today by 2 p.m. I will be traveling to my hometown. I will be traveling, right? After this session at 12 o'clock, I will be going to the vegetable market. Now let's have a look at the formulas that are used in all continuous tenses, present, past, and future. Now pause the video and understand the formula. Alright, so now you have time to solve all the questions in all the continuous tenses. Again, fill in the blank test. Let's see how you do it. Please solve it and examine yourself. Now pause the video to solve the test. Now let's discuss perfect tenses. Present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. Starting with present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is used not for just one reason. It is used for more than one reason. We will understand. So present perfect tense is used. The first use is when we talk about an action that started in the past, finished in the past, but it still has the effect. For instance, I have taken a cup of tea. Means I've just taken it. I didn't take the tea long back. I have just taken the tea, maybe 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. Yes, keep in mind that you do not mention time in present perfect tense. The time at which the action took place. You never mention the time at which the action took place. You cannot say, I have taken tea 10 minutes ago. No, that is grammatically wrong. I know people do speak this way, but that is grammatically wrong. It should be, I took tea 10 minutes ago. And if you just want to mention that you have taken tea, right? You are mentioning that you have done that, then use present perfect tense. I have taken tea. I have just taken tea, not long back. I've just taken tea. I've just finished my breakfast. I have just finished my lunch. My friend has just reached. Means just a few moments before. Means I cannot mention the time, but the action which happened in the past, which started in the past, finished in the past and the effect is still there. That's where we use present perfect tense. Moreover, present perfect tense is used to talk about life experiences, something that you have achieved in your life, something that you have experienced in your life. Like I have played badminton up to state level. I have traveled to 20 countries in the world. I have never smoked, right? Something that is your life experience you share with somebody. But I would like to reiterate that you don't mention time in present perfect tense. If I say I have done my graduation 2015, that is grammatically wrong. It should be I did my graduation in 2015 or I graduated in 2015. Now let's have a look at the formula that is used in present perfect tense.
Now pause the video and understand the formula.
Now you have some time to do the fill in the blank test.
Now pause the video to solve the test.
Now let's discuss the use of past perfect tense, which is so interesting. Many people find it a little bit confusing, but when you practice it, definitely you're going to learn it. Let me simplify this thing for you. So past perfect tense is used when we talk about an action in the past which happened before some other action. For instance, before I reached my home, my friend had gone away. Now, before I reached my home, my friend had gone away. So there are two actions. So the action that happened before some other action in the past should be spoken in past perfect tense. Before I reached my home, my friend had gone away. Before I reached the theater, the movie had already started. Means before you went there, some action had already taken place. Before I reached the bus station, my bus had already left. Means you reached it later, but an action had already taken place. So you will be able to understand this with with the formula, with some examples. So let's have a look at the formula. You will be able to understand this in a better way.
Now pause the video and understand the formula.
Now again, let's have a test on past perfect tense. Let's do it.
Now pause the video to solve the test.
Now let's learn future perfect tense. Future perfect tense is used to describe that an action is expected to happen in future at some point of time, right? An action is expected to happen in future at some point of time. For instance, I will have submitted my project by tomorrow. I will have got married by the end of this year. I will have reached my destination by 5 o'clock. So when we expect that an action will happen in future in some point of time, that's where we use future perfect tense.
Now pause the video and understand the formula.
Now you have a little bit of fill in the blank test.
Now pause the video to solve the test.
Please do it and examine yourself. Now we're going to discuss all perfect continuous tenses, starting with present perfect continuous tense. Now, let's understand that present perfect continuous tense means it is used to talk about an action that started in the past and still it is going on, right? Action that started in the past and it is still going on. Like I have been working for this organization for 3 years. So I started working in the past before 3 years and still I am working there. So I have been working for this organization for 3 years. I have been doing meditation for the last 6 years. I have been teaching English for the last 6 years. You can also give some examples. Now let's have a look at some formula that is used in present perfect continuous tense.
Now pause the video and understand the formula.
Alright, so now you have some fill in the blank test here. Please do it and examine yourself.
Now pause the video to solve the test.
Now past perfect continuous tense. This is used to talk about an action which started in the past and it continued up until some point of time in the past, right? Action that started in the past and it continued. It was progressive up to some other point of time. Before joining this job, I had been looking for jobs for several months. Last night, I had been waiting for you for 2 hours. Now let's have a look at the rules and formulas that are used in past perfect continuous tense.
Now pause the video and understand the formula.
Now you have some time again for doing this fill in the blank test. Please examine yourself.
Now pause the video to solve the test.
Okay, finally, the last tense, which is future perfect continuous tense. Now this tense is used to talk about a continuous action, a progressive action, which will continue up until some point of time in the future. Means you will start it, right? You will start it in it means you will start some action in future, and that will go on and on and continue up until some point of time in future. Like, so for instance, my trainer has asked me to eat some vegetables, so I will have been eating vegetables for next 2 months. So I will have been eating green vegetables for next 2 months. One more example. Like I will have been doing meditation for next 2 weeks continuously. Next example, I will have been taking bed rest for next 4 days. Now let's have a look at the formula that is used in future perfect continuous tense.
Now pause the video and understand the formula.
Now please solve this test on future perfect continuous tense.
Now pause the video to solve the test.
Thank you so much for watching this video completely. I hope by now you have got some idea, some clarification on tenses. You can watch this video again if you want to learn it again, understand it again. If you have any question, please drop a message in the comment box. If you want to talk to us, you can take our contact number from the description there, and you can talk to us on WhatsApp. So thank you so much. We'll see you in some other video.